Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Talk About Stuff, the podcast where we do exactly that. My name is Anthony, and today I am joined with my two very good friends, one of them being my brother, so I was forced into that relationship, the Stupendous Wave, and my brother, Michael.
I'm out. You just lost one of your podcasters.
Yeah. Michael just told me and Stoops that Dr. Dre was going to be in the new Kong Skull Island movie. So, we freaked out. Like, what are you talking about?
So is Eazy-E. It's the people that play Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I know, but you just called him Dr. Dre.
Dude, you don't know his name. His name's
Corey Hawkins. You can't just call him Dr. Dre.
Well, we were talking about Straight Outta Compton.
Anyway, that was, pretty weird moment we just had. So, the past few weeks have been really slow as far as news goes. There hasn't been much that's come out. I've been kind of slacking with these videos, but I said enough with the slacking. Time to put out a podcast. I don't care if it's not Friday. I'm just going to start putting these podcasts out whenever I want because Fridays aren't working out. I'm really busy on the weekends, so, and Fridays and sometimes Thursdays. But anyway, I think...
yeah, but tell them your whole schedule. Fridays are really busy for me, so I'm gonna do them on the weekends and Saturdays and sometimes Thursdays.
I'm just saying, I'm sick of this schedule thing, so I'm gonna just put them out. That way, I'm at least making stuff.
New podcast every Tuesday. It's official.
No, shush. I'm not committing.
It's official. I just made trademark.
Anyway, so there's only been a few things that I've remembered that have come out from the news that are, I guess, somewhat of significance. First thing I think is, what's his name? I can't believe I just forgot his name. John Goodman is going to be in Kong Skull Island.
So was Dr. Dre.
So was Dr. Dre, but more importantly...
Out of your league, Anthony!
So was Eazy-E.
No, you're out of your element.
I'm out of my element.
So was Eazy-E. Eazy-E and Dr. Dre. You're going to be chilling with... what's his name in Big Lebowski?
Nothing would make me happier if there was a character in Skull Island named Donnie, because that's doable. And then just have one moment where John Goodman just screams at Donnie, just saying like, "Shut up, Donnie! You're out of your element." Just something like that. That's all he's got to say. And
that rug really tied the room together, dude.
Yeah, that rug really tied the room together. Maybe he'll be like, "Man, that monkey really tied the island together." What else happened this week that was important? There was like 2 little Jessica Jones teasers that I thought were kind of cool, but that's not really big news.
I got a blister.
Yeah, Stoops got a blister.
That show's almost out. I didn't realize that it was coming out next month.
Yeah, it comes out
November.
Comes out next month, yeah.
Yeah, that is next month.
I'm excited. I wasn't excited for this at all, but just the fact that Daredevil's as good as it is, and so far these teasers really show you that this show is going to be, like, pretty violent, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty good. Another thing that came out that was pretty big was the Diabolus Rex concept art thing, that image where it showed, like, I guess a first concept or first draft of the Indominus Rex. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But I think the bigger news there was that at one point it was actually called the Diabolus Rex.
Yeah, exactly. All that stuff is the real.
Yeah, like
it wasn't just speculation when it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, is it that Diabolus Rex or Diabolus Rex? I just think Diabolus sounds better. It doesn't sound like...
Yeah, Diabolus sounds way cooler. It's like the devil.
Exactly. But I've gotten so many... I got a comment recently on there, but it's like Diabolus Rex, you idiot! And it's like, no.
How did you know that that's what
I know that you've gotten... I know that you've gotten a lot of comments on your older videos where it's like, why are you calling it the Diabolus Rex? It's called the Indominus Rex. Like...
Because that's what it was.
That's what it was. That's what everybody...
Before they changed it to Indominus.
And then it was like, they changed it to Indominus. I don't know why they changed it to Indominus. Is there any particular reason?
This is pretty cool. I like that name.
I like
the Devil King.
Yeah, Diabolus. I think Diabolus sounds cooler than.
That sounds better than the Untamable King.
Is that what Indominus means?
Yeah, Indominus, fiercer, untamable king.
That's stupid.
As opposed to the Devil King.
First off,
maybe they thought that would just
if
be
that's
too
what
on
it
the nose
means,
or something.
Then they should have known that it would have got out of its cage if it's untamable.
Yeah, that's not a great idea. They should have named it the very powerful yet completely tameable monster.
The thing freaking has devil horns.
Yeah.
It totally does.
Yeah, it does. I know. It's
and red eyes.
It's funny.
Diabolus Rex is a better fit to that dinosaur.
Yeah, I wish they kept it Diabolus Rex.
It's not a big deal though. What did they say? The Indominus.
I know. I'm not saying it's like that ruined the movie or anything. It didn't. It's fine. Indominus is still a cool name. It's just like it would have been cool if it was named after the devil.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. That's awesome.
They'll use it again. Maybe they'll use that design.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe they'll make a Diabolus Rex to fight. Well, never mind. I forgot the Indominus died.
Does mean there can't be another one?
Yes, it does.
Dude, we might see another one. That thing's cool.
It wouldn't shock me, especially if they do the whole,
smaller ones.
The smaller Indominus Rex. Maybe they bring back the Diabolus, and they were like, oh, God, the sibling.
The sibling's totally dead.
I know, but I'm saying like the sibling didn't work the first time, but maybe we'll just have it raised without an Indominus right next to it that could eat it.
What's it made out of? A T-Rex, a Velociraptor, cuttlefish, and...
Giganotosaurus, Frog, Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, and Rugops.
Okay. You don't need all of that. I thought it was made out of like 4 things.
No, it's like made out of a lot of stuff.
That's stupid. Maybe they could just take out...
It's not stupid, they should... it's better.
But you know why it didn't turn out evil? Or you know why it turned out evil?
Because there's cuttlefish.
Because they didn't make it with love.
Dude, the Powerpuff Girls were made with love.
Yeah. Sugar, spice, and everything nice, bro.
Maybe they'll make it without the T-Rex DNA or something in the next one. So it's not as big. I don't know. I don't care.
Anyway.
I don't care.
They're going to do whatever they want.
Has there been any other news?
I want them to make Jurassic World 2 a horror movie.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Well, like the first one's more a horror movie.
Yeah, I want it to be more like Jurassic Park, where you actually fear for the characters.
Like it's not an action movie at all. It's like basically
replace Jurassic Park or Jurassic.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Replace the dinosaurs with like a serial killer. It's like a horror movie. You're right.
I want it to be like that, not a movie where the flying dinosaurs or whatever are more dangerous and kill more people than the Indominus Rex.
Well, there's more of them.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. They were the scariest part of that movie, and I didn't care.
You know what else came out in the news? Is that Sony is working on a Men in Black reboot. Like, they're going to do a new trilogy.
Oh, maybe they'll get Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum.
Yeah, maybe.
They could still do the crossover.
They could still do... Here's the thing.
Oh, dude,
I'd actually rather have...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate news.
Wait,
more important than Men in Black.
Pacific Rim 2 got canceled.
Yeah.
Put on hold indefinitely.
Yeah.
Dude, Arya is supposed to be in it if they...
No.
Dude, he said it.
You know what happened?
Guillermo del Toro said he wants her to have her own Jaeger.
What happened was they were like, okay, this movie's on hold indefinitely, and then Guillermo del Toro came out and he's like, don't worry, guys, this movie's probably still going to happen. Everything's cool. And then, like, the next day, it was like, okay, Pacific Rim 2 is totally off the tables. Its date's been replaced with Pitch Perfect 3. And then it's just like, oh... This movie's probably never happening.
What would they do for Pacific Rim 2?
I don't know. It's really hard.
Open up? Because they closed it up.
That's the thing with Pacific Rim is I feel like it doesn't necessarily need a sequel just because it ended as well as it could have. Like it's got a good contained story.
I don't think Guillermo del Toro wanted a sequel. And then they were like, "Do you want a sequel?" And he was like, "Sure." And now he probably came up with a good idea and just wants to do it.
Yeah, but here's what I think. I think that now that the portal is closed, that the aliens are just going to invade from space.
No.
Because they're going to be like, "Hey, you assholes, you closed our goddamn portal." So now we're really going to get you from space. You can't close space.
They'll just open another portal above. Earth is going to open a portal. The humans are going to open a portal above
Jaegers.
the Earth.
Yeah, dude. Flying Jaegers.
There you go.
God, that would be awesome. Give them wings. No,
yeah, like
that's not practical.
Iron Gypsy.
Dude, the Jaeger bomb.
The Jaeger bomb.
I made my own Jaeger and I called it the Jaeger bomb.
Can I just say that Gypsy Danger? That's a stupid name.
Yeah, it really is.
I like Gypsy
Anthony
Danger.
and I were looking at Jaegers and like the Green Mile was one of them. It was like all green. That's an awesome name.
There's a Pacific Rim. Like if you could look up, create your own Jaeger on Google, you can do that. So that's like one that someone made and they made it all green. I made mine called the Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
It took way too long to make. Took me like 10 minutes to make it.
Tell me the Green Mile. That's an awesome name for a Jaeger.
Yeah.
It's all about the Jaeger bomb. It's your last resort. It's just a nuke.
If you could have a Jaeger, what would you call it?
I would call it the monster fucker.
I'd call it the Jaeger bomb. That's my name.
I'd call mine Batman.
Mittens is going crazy in my room right now. She's just like playing with shit and just
Mittens is our cat.
Stuff. Yeah, we have a little kitten named Mittens.
It's not actual Mittens.
Anyway, is that it for news? I'm pretty sure that's it for news.
I saw Sicario. That's news. It was badass.
I don't want to talk about movies because I haven't. I want to talk about movies. I just haven't seen any of these new ones.
It's Michael's review corner.
No.
New segment. Real quick. 1 sentence per review.
Okay.
So I saw 3 movies recently.
Okay.
Oh, we can talk about The Evil Dead because we watched all 3 of those.
Oh yeah, and the remake. Well, Anthony,
but that's not in my review corner.
Anthony and I watched the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't want to.
You and I watched Evil Dead, but he didn't watch the first one, and you didn't watch the remake.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
neither of you have the complete story.
Yeah, but we have the combined knowledge.
I have the Sam Raimi complete story.
Yeah, and Anthony has the one that was supposed to like scar me, but it didn't.
It didn't.
Okay.
It was nothing.
Michael's review corner.
Actually, there's a few things in there that's pretty freaking bad.
It's Michael's review corner.
Okay, Michael's review corner, everybody. I'm gonna give you a theme song. I'm gonna give you a theme song.
No.
Welcome to my corner. Welcome to my corner. It's Michael's review corner.
That was awful. Cut that. All right. See, now they're not going to know if you actually cut it out or if that was the one that you cut out.
I didn't cut anything.
Maybe you put a different one in. Okay.
Michael, come on. 1 sentence review.
3 movies recently. I saw Sicario, Cop Car, and Southpaw. Sicario was really good. Benicio del Toro is awesome. He has the coolest scene ever. That's more than 1 sentence, but it was
way more than 1 sentence. Shut up. Next one.
Southpaw. It was kind of sucky.
It was kind of suck.
It was on the. There's not a whole lot of fighting movies or boxing movies, and it's on the lower tier of them.
You suck at these 1 sentence
Mike,
reviews.
1 sentence. You promised 1 sentence.
We're changing the rules. 1 paragraph. Michael's 1 paragraph review.
No, Michael, 1 sentence. Okay. Get on with it.
Cop Car
is lame. It's lame.
I liked the ending.
What's
the
better?
Actors sucked.
What's better, Cop Car or Southpaw?
You don't.
They're 2 different kinds of movies.
JC.
It depends on what you're in the mood for.
And Eminem.
I will say that the acting is way better in Southpaw.
Okay.
But 50 Cent wasn't that good.
I have not seen.
His daughter was okay in it. She was actually pretty good.
50 Cent's barely in the movie.
Yeah, but I just hate looking at him. His teeth are too white. He wore that stupid hat the whole time.
Anybody else wish that one of those 9 bullets that 50 Cent got hit by did a little more damage?
I Sin.
But go see Sicario. It's awesome.
He's so weird.
Go see Sicario.
You ever see that video of 50 Cent where he goes in, he goes to like that hot dog eating contest or something? I don't remember where he was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a hot dog eating contest. But he goes in to kiss some reporter, and she totally like backs up and like it's the most like, hey, awkward thing.
And then he goes to kiss her on the cheek. And she's like, "What is happening?" She just backs up. She totally like looks the opposite direction.
It was real. It's the funniest thing ever.
It was at a boxing match, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
His favorite dinosaur.
He's probably filming Southpaw.
Probably. I hate you.
Anyway, what did you say, Steve?
His favorite dinosaur is Gorgosaurus.
Yeah,
which makes him awesome.
That's an awesome tweet.
He also said that he won't take out his
Yeah, he won't take it out.
He has the best tweets.
Fun fact, Eminem was supposed to play the boxer in Southpaw.
But they wouldn't film it in Detroit or something?
I don't know. Something else happened.
He's too scrawny.
Nah, Eminem's awesome.
I guess the guy he fights at the end isn't really super rich.
He's phenomenal.
Anyway.
He was also supposed to be in Elysium. Then they wouldn't film it in Detroit.
Yeah, that's my joke. Is that
say what you will about like that's being stupid, but he's just trying to help his city out, guys.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to help out his city. He's being a good guy. And
yeah, I wouldn't call him a good guy, but
well, I mean, I think he's probably a pretty good guy. I mean,
he doesn't do drugs anymore.
Yeah,
that doesn't make someone a good person.
Makes him better than was before.
That takes a lot of guts.
He doesn't curse around his daughter. I know that.
Really,
and he's a hard worker.
Interview. Yeah, he is a hard worker.
Like that guy is just writing.
Eminem's awesome.
And I'm not a fan of Eminem. I don't really care about his music, but I appreciate how much work he puts into it.
Yeah. Also, he could totally stop at any time, but he doesn't.
He could.
He makes so much money. Why would he?
Because
he makes so much money.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
You dumb.
I'm gonna look because it's like every time he releases a new album, it's just millions in his pocket.
Yeah, but why? Here's a question: if you knew you were only going to spend $1 million your whole life, then you wouldn't like.
Okay. He has $160 million.
Dude, that's way more than. That's a lot of money.
I think Dre has more.
Why is there a picture of Jay-Z when I look up Eminem net worth?
Yeah.
Let's look up Jay-Z net worth. Oh shit! Never mind. Jay-Z has $560 million.
Yeah, Mike. Exactly.
Yeah. These are business people. Eminem's just an artist.
Yeah.
He's not a business person.
Maybe he's trying to play catch up.
No, he's not trying to play catch up. He's an artist.
Yeah, and also let's not act like $160 million is nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants all of his family to never have to work again, like his daughter and his daughter's children.
If I had $160 million, I would just tell them to live in a house and eat, and I would pay for it.
All right, if I was Eminem's kid and Eminem died and he gave me all of his money, because he's giving all of his money to his daughter or Detroit, I would spend all of it and I wouldn't give it to any of my kids. I'd be like,
guys,
this is my dad's money, not yours.
Phenomenal music video came out 3 days ago. And John Malkovich is in it.
No way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so awesome.
No, he has a conversation with Eminem, and Eminem and he's just like eating Chinese food. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Does he die in the end?
I don't know. I'm halfway through the video.
Does Eminem shoot him in the back of the head?
Eminem is on a motorbike right now, so shh. Anyway. What? I'll tell you if he dies. I don't think he does.
Make sure. I want Eminem to shoot him in the back of the head.
Oh my gosh!
What's
Eminem just hopped into a car, and now he's about to drive the car. Oh wait, no, he switched seats with like another guy.
I thought he was on a motorcycle.
Oh wait, no! I take it back. He was on a motorcycle, but they are on different sides of the like. Eminem's driving now, and they switched spots so Eminem could drive, but they're in like China.
Not Detroit?
and like
the steering wheel's on the wrong side. Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, don't take my word for me. Anyway, moving on.
I don't think there's much news.
John Malkovich dies.
Okay, so because there's like no news, we just came up with some topics that we think would be actually pretty fun to talk about. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is our most anticipated movies in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
It sounds so weird. It's like no context to anything.
There's total context because all the movies are being announced.
Yeah, there's a bunch of big movies. Let's talk about.
There's not going to be any more huge movies that are announced. That we know.
Yeah,
what movies are coming out.
Now that there's this whole trend of the universe thing, where it's like there's a whole film universe. It's the goal of the studio to let you know that their universe exists.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's no surprises for 5 years.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, no, you can't.
Yeah, some of it's stupid. I'll tell you. All right, here's my example of it being stupid, and this is what I'm the most excited for at the same time.
Okay, really?
Yeah, Transformers 8. Here's why. They got to figure it out by then.
That's a great pick.
They have to. It's probably not going to happen in the next 5 years.
They'll never figure it out by then.
But they got to. By the 8th movie, they have to figure out the formula to make it not shitty.
Dude, that's not why they're making the movies, though.
Yeah,
but by the 8th, they have to.
Their goal is not to make it good. Their goal is to make money. I
know, but I mean, Michael Bay isn't going, all right, let's make this movie completely shit, but we're still gonna make money.
No,
I think he wants to make it good, but he just doesn't know how yet.
Dr. Dre just showed up, guys.
Oh, in the Eminem music video?
Music video.
I thought you were saying Dr. Dre showed up in
John Malkovich currently is okay.
I heard he was going to be in Skull Island.
Yeah, oh my God.
No, that's, I forgot the guy that's playing. Corey Hawkins.
Yeah, Corey Hawkins.
Is Dr. Dre.
Anyway, is that really your most anticipated movie, Michael?
I don't know. I don't care.
Michael, pick
Wait,
one.
What
Fine.
movie did he pick? Transformers
8. By then, they got to figure it out. It has to be.
Transformers 8 isn't coming out within the next 5 years.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's announced, so it basically is the same thing.
It isn't announced either. It's just...
They announced that they were making
by Hasbro.
No, Hasbro said that they were. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Dude, Hasbro's the one that makes their movies.
I learned about this in an article with a great title. That was
Hasbro basically is the one making their movies.
Yeah, they really are. But there was a great title to an article.
They probably put up all the budget,
and it said Hasbro confirms Transformers 5 ... and 6 and 7 and 8. Like.
Anyway, come on, Mike. Serious answer. What's your most anticipated movie?
I have no idea.
Really?
I don't really care about the Justice League. I'm burnt out on superheroes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anthony?
Mike,
you know that DC has more movies than just Justice
Yeah, but I don't
League.
give a shit. Shazam. I'm excited for Shazam.
What? What a weird... I could have sworn that if you were going to pick anything from the DC lineup, it would have been like Suicide Squad.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for Suicide Squad.
Do you guys think that movie's going to be rated R?
I don't
hope
think it will be. I would hope that it was, but I doubt it will be.
It won't be.
If I had to rate it just by the trailer, I'd say, yeah, it looks rated R.
It looks like it's going to be
rated R. I saw another movie. I saw Z for Zakari.
Oh, God, Mike.
Oh, my... No, shut up.
Give him the one sentence. It's fine.
It was...
Yeah.
It was okay.
Good.
It was okay.
Perfect review. Good.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing.
Okay, that's...
Isn't there going to be a scene in Suicide Squad
Stop counting my sentences.
where Enchantress, meets Satan?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's not Satan.
I know it's not Satan. It's like...
It's not Satan, it's the devil. Is that what he said?
No, it's a demon thing.
So...
The Conjuring.
I would like that to be rated R. Mittens, you better stop fucking my shit up.
So I learned something about Halloween Horror Nights, Anthony.
What did you learn about Halloween Horror Nights?
There's an Insidious.
I've known this. You're not giving me anything new, but for the people.
I want to know what they're gonna put inside.
I imagine ghosts.
It's probably gonna be like the guy with the.
Oh yeah, the red face guy. Oh, he's awesome.
And then
Darth Maul.
The old
yeah,
lady.
Darth Maul.
And there's also a Freddy vs. Jason haunted house. Why are they making haunted houses for shitty movies?
Because they have cool characters that are scary.
Yeah, I mean, they did Alien vs. Predator last year, and that was the coolest haunted house.
That was awesome.
Just because it was, I just thought of it as me being in a haunted house that was with Alien and Predator.
You guys go to your fake haunted houses. Well, I go to real ones.
You wish you could have gone to Universal Studios.
Yeah, you wish that you were cool.
It was a waste of money.
And you wish you were...
There wasn't that much.
Blonde!
The Halloween haunted house was...
I got shoved into a coffin and pushed down a slide. Like a week ago.
I forgot about this.
That's pretty awesome.
It was terrifying.
What would your most anticipated movie of the next 5 years be, Stoops? I know the answer, but I'm excited to hear
Star Wars Episode 7.
What?
But that kind of doesn't count. That kind of doesn't count.
No,
that doesn't count.
It's got to be after 2015.
15. It's Kong Skull Island. This movie's gonna be the greatest. Come on, guys. Totally is.
Or it won't be.
Or it won't be, but I think it will be, but it might not.
You gotta be kidding me. It's gonna be great.
Just because it has a good cast doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
It's not just a good cast. This is one of the best casts.
I could think of a movie with a good cast that sucked right off the top of my head. Monuments Men.
Monuments Men.
Kind
what
of
is
sucked.
the cast?
Oh, I'll look it up right now. I forgot, but there's a lot.
But this movie has like the mix of like great established actors and also great up and coming actors.
I mean,
you got Sam Jackson.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sam Jackson. I keep forgetting who's in Kong, and then when I hear the names, I get excited again.
All right, ready?
Yeah, exactly. You get excited again. Huh?
Monuments Men cast. Ready?
Yeah.
George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, Cate Blanchett, John Goodman, and then nobody cares about the rest. Bob Balaban. You probably don't know him by name, but you know, if you saw him, you know. He's the guy with the big ears and the circle glasses.
Oh, I know him.
Also, I think Kong Skull Island has a chance of being rated R as well. I think it might be.
So.
I think it might go for a few Oscars, maybe Best Visual Effects.
Nothing makes me more excited than a rated R Sam Jackson and John Goodman.
Also, according to IMDb, John Goodman's shut up. John Goodman's character has been named.
Yeah, what's his name?
Rhonda.
Rhonda?
All right.
R-A-N-D-A.
That's
Rhonda.
Great.
Okay, you got Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, who is confirmed to be playing the
main
character.
Friggin' Tom
Samuel L.
Hiddleston.
Jackson.
Shit.
Thomas Mann.
I keep forgetting Tom Hiddleston's in this movie.
Toby Kebbell, Jason Mitchell, John Goodman, John C. Reilly, Shai Wingham, and John Ortiz.
I forgot about John C. Reilly. Why are there so many Johns?
I hope that in the movie, Sam Jackson sees King Kong and goes, "That's one big-ass motherfucker monkey, motherfucker." Yep, there you go.
Opposed to that.
That has to be rated R. Mittens. Jesus,
you think the
I'm doing a podcast, Mittens.
Stop doing that, Anthony.
I'm sorry, she's destroying my room.
Mittens.
It's funny because I keep forgetting how great that cast is, and then once you went through it just now, I was like, oh yeah, shit, that's good. God.
I hope it's not
I'm
like.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I hope it's not like they're all fighting for. I hope it's not like they're all fighting for screen time.
No, they won't be.
I would say.
There's a lot of flies in my room.
I don't know if I have a movie that I'm particularly more excited for than others. I would say a few that I'm really excited for is Doctor Strange, because I love Doctor Strange. I can't wait to see that the way they tell that story and the special effects that they use. I think it's going to be pretty great. A great cast as well. I'm also excited to see any Star Wars movie. That's such a shitty answer, but it's true. I'm dying. And then also Infinity War Part 1, Part 2. Simply because
I'd like to add something about Kong Skull Island real quick. I'm also super excited for it. Like, great cast. Also, this is gonna give us King Kong versus Godzilla, guys.
You know what? That actually kind of makes me a little worried.
Really?
And it's only because part of me is worried that they were working on this movie and they had some great stuff planned out, which I totally believe.
And then they threw in King Kong and had to change it.
No, and then
What?
no, not Michael. King Kong was at. Jesus.
I mean, Godzilla.
Yeah.
So my
We're
worry
gonna
is that
completely
something
different-
might have changed during the deal, where like now they're forced to like make King Kong, sort of like a trailer for King Kong versus Godzilla or something.
Yeah, because it takes place 30 years earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
they
I don't
wouldn't
want
do
there
that
to be a
with
lot
that
of
cast.
that. I don't want there to be a lot of that.
Because
Yeah, they
I
went
was
through
really
with this cast.
that cast isn't going to be in the second one if it's with him and Godzilla.
I'm
I
just
bet
saying-
you we could see Tom Hiddleston return.
I'm not saying that this would necessarily be
No,
the worst. For all I
you
know, this
won't.
could make the movie even better.
How do you know Tom Hiddleston won't be in?
Because they'd have to make him look 50 years older.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, but it would look like shit.
No, it wouldn't.
If he was they won't. You might see him return, but he won't be a main character.
Mike,
I think it
special
would be
effects
like-
today are so capable of making people look
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
without
but they
even
don't.
being
It's
noticeable.
annoying to look at.
Watch
Dude, I'm
Captain
gonna give you
America.
a good example.
Watch the first Captain
Django-
America.
Django Unchained. Samuel
Sam-
Jackson looks old as heck in that movie.
Yeah, that's Samuel Jackson, but Sam Jackson's old already.
No,
He's
Mike,
already old.
dude,
I'm just saying
they
you
made
could
him
take
look
the
so messed up in that movie,
Yeah,
and it was
you could-
amazing. It was flawless.
Yeah, but they won't make. He wasn't the main character. I'm saying you won't have the main character running around the entire movie. You won't have Tom Hiddleston
Michael, it
being
doesn't
80 years
matter.
old running around the
You
entire
could do
movie.
the special effects and make it look seamless.
No, it would just be weird.
I always say, if you want to see great special effects that aren't noticeable, is go back and watch that first Captain America movie when they had
Yeah.
Chris Evans' face on top of another dude's body. It's so seamless, and
That's just CGIing a face onto a body, though.
I'm sure it's a little bit more difficult than just putting a face on a guy. You know what I
Nah.
mean?
Yeah,
I want
know we
like,
could do it.
people are
There
gonna
isn't a
know
moment-
Godzilla in King Kong versus Godzilla,
Yeah.
and then King Kong's just gonna come out of nowhere, just stop people. Kong totally has a chance in this fight, guys. Can we just
Do you think
why
he's
did-
going to shoot lightning?
No, I don't. But I'll tell you why. Because
To
he
be
has
honest-
freaking arms.
To be honest, I would actually enjoy if King Kong had lightning powers.
No, like,
No, that would be-
I'd
that would be
enjoy it, but
stupid.
he doesn't need lightning.
He
powers.
doesn't need it, but I'm just saying,
Guys,
if they decided to
picture
go
this.
that way, I wouldn't be mad.
Picture this: we're gonna see King Kong freaking bust Godzilla
Oh yeah, he's
In
gonna
the
break
lip.
his face.
at least once or twice. Exactly.
He's
Does
gonna
Godzilla
give
have
him a
lips?
big ass punch in
Yeah.
the face and knock a couple teeth out. Like that's
Yeah, he's
gonna
definitely-
happen.
Hands down, Godzilla's gonna be knocked down a few times in this movie. I'm just like all these comments are like, "Oh, King Kong has no chance," but he's faster. He's probably pound for pound, not overall, but pound for pound stronger.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh huh.
Gosh, I'm so excited. Like I'm a bigger Godzilla fan than I am King Kong.
But people are
Not
just
by a lot.
underselling King Kong though.
Yeah,
That's
for
the thing.
real.
People don't.
Yeah.
When you hear this fight, everybody just goes, "Yeah, Godzilla's gonna destroy him."
Yeah.
But
No.
I think people are gonna be a little shocked when that movie actually comes out.
And
Like I
Kong
think
just
I think
freaking
Skull Island's
busts
gonna
him
come
in
out and
the
people are
face.
gonna go, "Oh, this is a fight. This is gonna be crazy."
Yeah, exactly. Also, we got our last King Kong movie 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So nobody cares about
And
King
it
Kong.
holds up so well.
That movie's really good.
It looks like it came out
I like
last
that.
year.
It does. There's no... no. The Stampede scene is really dated. That's about it.
One scene.
Well,
I've
I'm just
seen
saying.
movies
that
last year
scene-
that had tons of scenes that were like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
if
but
you were
this
in the,
movie has one of the biggest budgets of all time.
yeah, if you were in the theaters watching that King Kong like now, you see the Stampede scene, you'd like if I was with you, Anthony, I'd be like, that looks like shit. I'd be like, what the hell happened? Did they just
Yeah.
they ran out of time for this scene?
Yeah, probably.
Also,
But that guy got
that
fired.
2005 King Kong movie made substantially more money than Godzilla 2014.
Really? How much?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
that much. I think we did
Really?
this in the last podcast.
Yeah, we did.
It was by like a few million.
But still, like
I
it's a
forget.
bigger draw. Who go around the world? I bet you more. Maybe not around the world because like Japan and all that.
Japan
stuff.
isn't that big of a
We'll go to
place.
Africa.
King Kong's a huge draw still too. I would say he's got. It's hard to tell which one's more famous. They're probably neck and neck.
Do you think that
Yeah.
King Kong will have more screen time than Godzilla?
I
It
think
depends
they-
how Kong Skull Island goes.
He's definitely gonna have. I hope he has more screen time than Godzilla does in King Kong Skull Island.
I
Why?
bet you.
Oh yeah.
I bet you Kong Skull Island will make more money than Godzilla 2014
Well, yeah,
because it's got a better cast and
I just
I
based
just
off
think
the
it's gonna
cast
be.
alone, it will.
I just think it's gonna be better. I just think it's gonna be better.
I wonder how much the Godzilla versus King Kong movie is gonna make. Probably
It's
like
gonna make-
$4 billion.
a
It's
billion.
gonna break records. It'll break records. It'll make over $1 billion. Easy. Think about it. Like,
Yeah, I know
Japan-
it will.
in
It's
China
gonna
and
be
Japan.
huge. And I don't think people
Yeah, the
are.
highest
In Asia, it'll be like insane.
the highest
know.
grossing Japanese Godzilla film is still King Kong versus Godzilla. That thing's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's gonna
And,
be a gigantic movie.
I can't wait. That's way bigger than Batman v Superman because,
Well-
like Mike said, we got superhero fatigue coming out.
Yeah,
I'm
but
kind of
it's
tired of
freaking starting.
superheroes.
Batman
yeah,
v
the
The only
Superman.
superheroes movies I'm excited for are Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah, well, because I like.
Well, I'm
I mean,
excited for all.
I think
of
it's
them.
gonna be the first rated R superhero movie. So I want to
Well,
see
not
what
the
they really
first
do.
one.
No, what are you talking
The first
about?
good one.
No,
If
Kick,
it's
you don't
good.
think Kick-Ass is good?
Or wait, no.
dude. What
Dredd
about
is rated
Kick-Ass,
R.
Watchmen, friggin' Dredd?
Is Dredd rated R?
Yeah, Watchmen, Dread.
It's gonna be the first comedy.
I get.
Oh my gosh, Kick-Ass is a comedy.
I get
Yeah,
what
I
you're
didn't
saying,
really like
Mike.
Kick-Ass that much.
I get what he's saying because what he's basically saying it's gonna be the first rated R
Mainstream.
movie.
It's gonna be the first mainstream.
It's gonna be the first rated R movie in
Not
this
super
era
dark.
of the universe, like franchise, which I think is. I think that's going to be actually a pretty important movie, depending on how it does and how it's received. But still, I think as far as the superhero movies go, and that whole Batman v Superman King Kong thing, to me, Batman fighting Superman is like yin fighting yang. It's like just the craziest shit ever, and I hope it's awesome. I don't know if King Kong and Godzilla would be bigger than Batman v Superman.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not
Here's the
saying
problem
that
with
the movies are good. I'm not even talking about like the quality of the movies. I'm just talking about the characters.
But yeah.
Because like Batman and Superman are like the pinnacles of superheroes.
Yeah, but this is where that movie's got it's faulting. When King Kong fights Godzilla, they're not gonna try and shove a million other characters into that movie.
Except for all the Godzilla villains that I guarantee
Except
are
for-
in the movie.
There's not gonna be any Godzilla. There's probably gonna be one big villain at the end of the movie.
It
but
sounds a
it's
lot
not-
like the
Dude,
way Batman v Superman's already shaping up.
Do you think Bryan Cranston will have another cameo?
Yeah, he probably will.
No, but there's not gonna be. There's
He'll
not
have a
gonna be,
mustache this
like,
time.
They're gonna make Bryan Cranston the new Stan Lee for monster movies.
Yeah.
Cameos.
That'd be great. But like I'm saying, there's not gonna be a Flash cameo. There's not gonna be a Aquaman cameo. There's not gonna be like the Wonder Woman character.
In
Yeah,
what are
I-
you talking about? Oh,
What else? Lex Luthor.
You know what's funny too is I was talking to my dad about this, and he isn't.
well,
he's
Godzilla.
he's not like us, where like he knows everything about these movie franchises and stuff. He's just like a casual moviegoer, and he was talking to me about like the DC movies, and he was asking me a bunch of questions, and I told him what was happening, and he was like, "It sounds like DC is really like fucking up their shit and trying to put too much shit."
Yeah. This
in
movie
too-
could
too
go
little
completely wrong.
He was like, "Why does it seem like they're rushing it like crazy?" And I was like,
'Cause
"Because
they
they
are.
kind of are. They're just playing catch up." But
This is like
like, I
they're
know who you're
shoving
saying.
Marvel Phase 1 into one movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
This movie could suck.
it could, but what if
But
it's awesome?
the trailer looks great. But,
Yeah,
I mean, trailers can.
They could be very
cut for
misleading.
The Amazing
Hashtag
Spider-Man 2
Godzilla
looked pretty good before it
2014.
came out.
Yeah.
The
That's
trailers for Godzilla made me
good
think
point.
Godzilla was actually in the movie. And they really got me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was saying for the most anticipated movies thing, I'm really looking forward to Infinity War for two big reasons. That being, one, it's the culmination of this entire Marvel universe, which I get that people they pick at movies and they're like, oh yeah, this one's not that good, or this one has a lot of problems, and it's not like those aren't, those things aren't real. Like, they do have movies with problems. Like, all their movies pretty much have some sort of problems. But I like to think of it as the coolest TV show ever made. That's how I view it. And then to me, Infinity War is like the last episode, even though we're getting a Phase 4, which I'm happy that we're getting a Phase 4. I think it's gonna be cool. But it's like the beginning of the end. It's the big battle. And then the other reason is because these are gonna be the first movies to ever be shot all on IMAX. And
it's gonna be weird to see it in a regular theater.
Yeah, well, it's not. I doubt it's gonna be weird. But
you're just gonna have to cut off the top and bottom.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you see any movie in IMAX. It's always like that, or any movie in a regular theater.
You're really more excited for Infinity War than Civil War?
I'm more excited to see what happens in Phase 4.
I'm only saying Infinity War just because Civil War is in a few months, which is crazy to think. And I am so excited for Civil War. I'm dying to see all those. But Infinity War is just a huge thing, and I think it's gonna be awesome. So
going back to like the whole King Kong and Godzilla versus Batman v Superman, as far as which movie will make money, this is how I feel. If I went to a random 100 people on the street, and I asked them right then and there which movie they would rather see, I feel like the majority initially would say Batman versus Superman. But I feel like if I went and asked the same people a day later, I feel like the majority might be King Kong versus Godzilla, because it's just so different. And once you think about it a little bit more, which sounds more interesting?
We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen Godzilla in since 1998.
That's why. We've seen superheroes fighting in every Avengers movie. They're
See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there. What are you gonna? Which movie would you rather see? I would be like King Kong versus Godzilla. That's completely new. That's completely fresh.
Well, it's not new, but
more fresh.
It's new to recent.
I mean,
I don't know what I'm saying.
Why don't you ask me to pick
one of my
children are my favorite, even though I have no children. But
it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for both.
You're watching superheroes fight each other, but in every Avengers movie so far, out of the two of them, the superheroes are fighting each other.
I would say
Hulk is fighting Iron Man in Avengers 2.
I am assuming
Iron Man fights Thor
with a lot of confidence that King Kong is going to be a great movie, the new one. But I almost feel like I don't want to answer that question until I see the Kong movie, because who knows? What if this Kong movie ends up like Godzilla?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I know,
it's
but what
all
if
about Skull Island, and we're instead of this is what it's like. It would be if it's like the movie is taking place where the monsters are instead of where the people are. So the monsters don't have to go to the people and take time. The people are with the monsters all the time.
Yeah.
The monsters are surrounding them in Kong Skull Island because they're on Skull Island. But with Godzilla, the monsters have to come to the people.
Yeah, and they don't do it nearly enough.
Yeah, and they're very slow.
Yeah.
Also, but Godzilla, they got what the important part, the parts that they needed to nail in that movie, they did. And by parts, I mean Godzilla.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So
anyway,
they nailed 10 minutes.
Speaking of Godzilla, let's
go
on to our
next 7 minutes.
Let's go on to our next topic. Biggest movie letdown.
Godzilla 2014. I'm sorry. That movie just
I
was,
probably should have thought of these questions before.
it's not a terrible movie.
It's not. It's fine. It's just a little I think what they do with that movie, right, they do, like, perfect. I think
I just said
Godzilla.
Also, I think the Mutos are a cool original monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely didn't screw up with the monsters.
For me, biggest movie letdown this year, and I haven't even seen it.
Oh, is
That's
it
how
just
much
this
let me
year?
down. Or no, I'm just saying that this one is this year. It could be forever. I don't know what's going through your head. But mine so far, I think would be. I got two answers: Fantastic Four and Chappie.
Chappie, yeah.
I was gonna say Chappie. I wasn't gonna say it's the biggest, but I was gonna.
Because for a little while, believed Fantastic Four was gonna be good, and
you might have been the only.
There was good actors, and there was a good director, and there was a good writer, and everything just seemed like it would have worked out. And I even liked like the concept they had for the movie where they were younger, and they were kind of like doing the Ultimates version of Fantastic Four. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. This makes sense. And then the movie came out, and it was just garbage. And so it was a total disappointment. Chappie, I was so excited for. I thought that movie was going to be amazing. And the trailers were cool, and it just looked like it was going to be something special. And then it came out, and everybody just shit all over it. And I've heard people, like, spoil the movie. They talk about what happens. And it just sounds like the worst piece of trash.
It's an advertisement for those shitty artists.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So I never even bothered to see it. Like,
yeah, I still haven't seen it.
It's not one of those. It's just, it was literally on my top 5, God, I can't speak. Top 5 most anticipated movies of 2015. It was like my number 3 or something. And then it came out, and I was just like, oh, God.
I still went and saw it.
Yeah, I remember you saw it, and we talked to you after, and you were like, it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't have a I was disappointed by Tomorrowland because I was really excited for that movie. I still haven't seen it.
You can't do that.
Yeah, like, it's not like people think Tomorrowland's okay.
No, nobody does.
I've heard people say that Tomorrowland as a
it's
movie
just
is
okay in the
good,
beginning.
If it was made by Pixar, people would say it was genius.
Yeah.
So I want to see it just to understand what people mean by that. But what other movies?
I mean, Spider-Man 2 was a big letdown.
You mean the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
That's a great point. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in that movie, like when I saw the trailers,
it looked like it was going to be amazing.
It looked like it was going to be the best Spider-Man movie because it was like, oh my God, look at the suit. They friggin' nailed it. It's in the daytime. Like, it's bright and colorful. They're doing Electro. That's a cool villain. The Rhino's going to be in this one.
The slow-mo scene that they ruined
that
the
scene,
movie.
That's the last shot of the movie. And it's like all these like little Sinister Six things. I was like, you know what? This is looking pretty good. That movie came out, and it was like, oh, I break up with you. I break up with you. Such a piece of shit. I hate that movie so much.
I could say that I was let down with Jurassic World, but I didn't really have high hopes for it.
Shoot, Spider-Man 3. Honestly, kind of disappointing with the whole Venom. I remember as a kid wanting to see Venom more than anything and just being like, really? Kind of similar. It's like a similar situation with Godzilla. It's like the reason I went to the movie and the thing I was by far the most excited to see wasn't it, like, not at all. And also, every time Topher Grace pulls that mask back, it just, like, hurts.
Yeah, it's so weird. And the practical effect, like, Venom wire things on his face are so bad.
Yeah, they are. Also, I know a lot of people like this movie, but Interstellar was a little bit disappointing for me. Just because I feel like that movie was needlessly confusing. No, for real.
That's a funny way to put it.
Like, they could have simplified it and made it better, right?
Yeah.
You know what's funny
Also, the
about
Hobbit
Interstellar?
movies aren't super great.
I think with Interstellar, I have more problems with the beginning of the movie than I do with the end. And a lot of people have a lot of problems with the end.
Really? That surprises me.
Yeah, because the end, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy into whatever this is.
Uh-huh.
Just because, like, I see that they set this up. The whole... Because I think what most people have problems with are, like, the bookcase, like, 3 dimensions...
In 5 dimensions.
In 5 dimensions and 3 dimensions thing that they did. And that part, to me, wasn't hard to grasp. The parts that are hard to grasp in that movie for me are like, okay, he's a farmer, he accidentally shows up at NASA, and then 5 seconds later he's in space. Like, it just seems a little sloppy in the whole beginning.
Ralph the Movie Maker said
And then Matt
something
Damon is like
about it.
not that good in it.
They said that it's like while they're in space, it's really exciting to watch and everything, and like it's really good. And then once they cut back to Earth, it's like, who gives a shit? Just show me space.
I still think it's a good movie. I just think it was just
yeah.
It
It's not
lost
Nolan's
focus at the it's far from his best.
The Prestige is his best.
No, The Dark Knight is his best, and then it is Inception.
And then
And
the
then
Prestige.
it is Inception.
And then
I need to
it's
rewatch Inception.
And then it's The Prestige, and then it's the first 2 halves of The Dark Knight Rises, and then the first 2 halves. Yeah,
the first 2 halves, meaning the whole movie.
Shut up! Nothing. Okay, the last, like you said, just turn the movie off when he gets out of the pit, and just like assume
When he
everything
gets in
goes
the
well.
pit.
No,
Turn it off when he gets in the pit.
yeah, when he gets in the pit, and then just assume that he like climbs out and everything's good, and he wins. There's no Talia al Ghul in that movie.
You should make a cut of The Dark Knight Rises when
Just
he
cut out
climbs
the end?
out of the pit, and then just like cut the movie, and then just a black screen pops up with white text that says, "Batman gets back to Gotham and he wins the fight," and then that's just the end. There you go.
Do you want to do the opposite of this by biggest movie surprise that surprised you about how good it is?
Sure. What's
Winter
your biggest
Soldier.
movie surprise?
Also, I haven't let my biggest letdown movie.
Oh, what's your
yet.
biggest letdown?
I thought you did. You did. It was Godzilla.
Nope, biggest of all time.
Wait, I feel like I could get this.
Go.
What kind of franchise is it? Is it a franchise or is it just...
That would completely give it away.
Okay,
Avengers 2.
No way. No.
No, you don't like it.
You're pretty close, though. I constantly complain about this movie.
Oh, Iron Man 3.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. I hate it.
I like Iron Man 3. I think
Well,
Iron Man
you're
3 is a fun time in the theaters. I think Iron Man 3 is written pretty
That movie cheated me.
averagely. I still think it's pretty fun.
Like, I've heard the complaints like, yeah, they tried to twist, now don't complain, now it's just all formulaic. But this is a bad twist. This is not a good twist.
I liked the twist.
Also, the Iron Man suits being pulled apart like paper. No, come on, explain that.
You're just being a nerd.
No. Do you mean to tell me you take joy by seeing those Iron Man
I'm
suits
just saying, that doesn't just
It doesn't make sense, but
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
give a
It
shit
gets
at the same
torn apart.
time.
Also, like, pepper pots in the end.
Yeah,
Crap,
we were
pepper
talking. We'll save that for later. 'Cause we were gonna talk.
Pepper in the whole movie. Just annoying. Oh, you blew me off, so guess what? I'm gonna kill you.
I'm allergic to strawberries.
Yeah, I'm a bad person. No.
That's Iron Man 2.
This is Aldrich Killian's motivation. Don't blow me off. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, that's not
Ow, mans!
Don't.
She's just attacking me, guys.
That is completely his motivation. It's like, oh, we had a date and you never showed up. now I'm gonna freaking kill the president or something. And I'm gonna be better than you because I'm blonde and you're gay or something. I don't know. The movie is really defend it.
It's fine. It's fun.
Also,
it's
like the
fine.
little
It's not the
kid
worst thing
5
that's ever
seconds.
happened.
Also, it's.
If you go on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, you can see that people like it.
Also, I'm gonna quote Screen Junkies on his trailers now. It's like, watch Regular Man. Try save it because Iron Man's not in the movie.
Oh, so you didn't think that the 40 friggin' 4 or whatever 42 Iron Man suits wasn't enough Iron Man for you?
Oh, you want to know what?
Also,
they weren't even enough for Tony Stark because he could have called them in
here's
earlier.
the thing, Stoops. Iron Man is just his goddamn suit. The cool part of Iron Man is Tony Stark.
Nah.
No.
Iron Man is a tin can.
No.
Tony Stark is the cool one.
No.
Nah.
You just basically said the best part about Iron Man is when he's not Iron Man.
Tony Stark is the reason why Iron Man's cool.
All right, Anthony.
No, okay.
So would you go to see the Tony Stark movie if he never put on the suit?
Yeah, of course I'd go see it, because it's going to be awesome.
Nope.
You telling me that's not going to be a good movie, Mike?
No, it
Robert
wouldn't.
Downey.
It would be him
like
buying strawberries for someone that's allergic to it.
You just took away one of the things that are the best part about the character. You absolutely just took it away.
What?
I don't want to watch him buy strawberries for 2 hours.
I'm just saying, the Iron Man suit isn't what makes him cool. And
Yeah,
also, there's enough Iron Man in Iron Man 3.
If it's not, then it's just watching a movie about a billionaire.
The point is...
Exactly. He's not Iron Man anymore. He's Billionaire Man.
He's a billionaire, or genius billionaire, playboy, full-on rapist.
And guess what? If he was such a genius, he'd have an Iron Man suit. So there.
He has
you just took away
like
all
50 of them.
Congratulations. You just
not
took
in this movie, Anthony.
Relax.
Not in your movie.
It's
All right,
a fine movie.
Best
The
movie, biggest movie you were pleasantly surprised by. I'll go first.
Soldier.
Because it was recently, and me and Stoops were both surprised by it, I'd say. Predators. We rewatched it. I saw it when it first came out, and I haven't seen it since. Well, I saw it this weekend. Or this week. But it was good.
Surprisingly, all the killers in the movie are likable.
I have 2 movies.
For real.
They're super likable, huh?
Yeah.
Even the super weird convict guys,
the guy from all the Tarantino movies.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome when he was stabbing the predator and he called him I hate this word. They called him a faggot. I thought that was I hate that word. But I just thought that was so. Do you remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
It was just, and all he has is a shank.
Yeah, he has a shank, and everybody else has guns.
Gun. I thought that was hilarious.
Come on, man, give me a fucking gun.
Yeah. That movie's awesome.
2 movies that came out this year that really surprised me. First was Kingsman. I talked so much shit about Kingsman. You remember, Mike. Every time I saw the trailer, I was just like, oh, it just looks like a douchebag gets spy powers and then beats Samuel L. Jackson with a weird voice. That's what I thought it was gonna be. And then that movie came out and it was great and I loved it and it really
Matthew Vaughn is the best.
Matthew Vaughn's great. And that was one of those things where when I found out that Matthew Vaughn was directing it, I didn't know until one day I went to the movies and I saw his name on a poster for it. And I was like, oh, no way, he made this movie? And then I was like, oh, that might actually work out. But the other one was Mad Max, because I didn't watch any trailers for Mad Max. I wasn't hyped for it at all. It was such I didn't care.
I was more excited for Mad Max than I was Avengers.
And it wasn't that I saw something from Mad Max and I was like, oh, that's gonna suck. It was just I was like, all right, I'll go see it when it comes out. I'm not gonna hype it. And then I went to see it and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is one of the coolest movies I've seen in a while. So
Also,
those are my
I
two
watched-
big ones for this year.
I watched Prisoners, and that's like surprised me a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Prisoners is
Prisoners is
really
really
good.
I think that movie's underrated too.
By the way, the guy that made Prisoners also made Sicario, which was
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah.
He also
Prisoner-
made Enemy, which is
What's better?
good.
What's better, Prisoners or Sicario? Or are they different?
They're different, but they're like you can tell if like you can tell that it's you probably wouldn't guess that it's made by the same guy if you didn't know, but it's like you can see the similarities in the way
Is
that
it
it's
pretty
directed.
brutal?
It's super. There's a lot of gross things in it, like it's not gory, but there's a lot of like gross stuff because it's about the
Like
cartel.
farts?
So there's a lot of people with missing limbs and stuff. There's a part where they're driving in Mexico. This isn't really a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. They're driving in Mexico, and it's Emily Blunt when she first meets Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin. It's the first thing they really do together. And they're in Mexico driving to pick up someone. If you see the movie, you'll understand. And while they're driving, they're past this like huge like highway bridge, but they're underneath it, and there's 4 bodies hanging from it. But they're not hanging by their heads; they're hanging by their feet because they don't have heads, and they don't have. Some of them are missing arms, and some are missing some legs or like a leg or two.
Are the heads on top of tortoises?
The heads are not there,
They're on top of tortoises,
and
though,
and
right?
they're all completely naked.
Breaking Bad reference.
So it was gross.
Well, like with
But like
Prisoners
it's
has like a super.
suspenseful, like Prisoners, like it's
Prisoners has a super intense, a few torture scenes.
yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a torture scene, but you don't see the torture,
It's
but you hear the torture.
just the way they
And there's,
established the torture in Prisoners was enough to make you unsettled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that scene where Hugh Jackman's like pointing at the faucet for the shower or whatever it was. He's like, "This is extremely hot. This is freezing cold."
And that's it.
And that's
all
it. There's only 2 temperatures. You're either going to burn them or freeze them. So,
Oh,
geez,
man.
that's the worst.
Also,
that movie's
Detective
so
Loki's awesome.
yeah, played by
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake G.
Jake G.
but I think Benicio del Toro has probably one of the best scenes this year.
Really?
It's like, it's just, it's badass and super suspenseful. And it's like, you'd have to see the movie to understand everything that's weighing on the situation.
I just like Prisoners because I want to root for this person who's doing horrendous things. And part of me is like,
Yeah,
no. And then the other part is like, dude, what's he doing? Is he doing the right thing or is he not? Also, his scene with Jake Gyllenhaal in the car, in the like cop car, that's great.
That's one of my favorite like little bits of acting
Yeah.
because I've never felt more like genuine screaming from anybody. I felt like Hugh Jackman was actually screaming about his potentially dead kid.
That's his best performance.
It was so convincing to me. I was shocked when I saw it. Like it almost got me anxious when I saw it.
Mhm.
It was just so intense. It was like so sad and just like it's one of those moments where you wonder like why people say Hugh Jackman's such a great actor, and you watch that and it's like, oh, because he's outstandingly good.
no, it's because he's Wolverine.
This movie's that's the
Prisoners is
best
great.
performance.
It's a great movie.
Anyway, what's the next thing?
Wait, my most excited or surprised movie was probably Edge of Tomorrow
Oh yeah, that's a great
yeah,
one.
yeah.
because it just looked like a piece of shit.
It looks like a total piece of shit.
That's all I have to
I
say
said for
about
the
that.
longest time that it was going to be a total piece
Yeah,
of shit.
you refused to see it in theaters.
I refused. I
Even
said,
though
you know,
I saw it opening night with my friends, and we were the only 3 people in the theater. Opening night,
Mhm.
that's gotta feel like shit.
I said that the
Yeah.
marketing campaign for that movie was so bad
That was like it was-
would be irresponsible for me to actually pay for a ticket. Like it was just, I was so mad at that movie because I heard it was good and I heard it was really good, and then like just watching the trailers being so shitty, I was mad. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like if it's really good, then why don't you market the movie so it looks really good so you can get some people to see it? Like I don't know So whoever did that marketing campaign got fired.
Uh-huh.
So
I
that's
saw
it.
Man of Steel at midnight in theaters, opening day,
Yeah.
and no one else was there.
Really?
Like, I was with my friends, but
Yeah, I remember us seeing it, but we didn't see it opening. I think we probably saw it like opening weekend.
I
Or, like,
remember.
Sunday or something, and there weren't that
I've
many. I
seen
don't remember there
every
not being
Marvel
that many
movie
people.
since the first Avenger opening day.
You've seen what?
Every single Marvel movie since the first Avenger opening day.
I remember going to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 opening day with Michael and our dad, and like nobody was in the theater.
Yeah.
It
I
was
thought
so
that was
weird, and
weird,
that movie had a solid opening weekend. It made like $92 million.
That was also at the time where we realized that every movie started playing on Thursday night.
Yeah, but
Also, it's kind of crazy that more people, for me at least, were at Fant Four Stick on opening day than Man of Steel.
Yeah, there were a lot of people.
there was a lot of
Fantastic
people in our
Four.
theater opening night.
And
Well,
one
that's
of them
because
said-
the embargo hadn't been lifted yet.
And one of them said, one of the people in the theater said, when we were walking out, he was like, "That was all right," and I was like, "God, he really knows nothing."
Hey guys, we
And then-
want to be best friends and we want a lab.
That's the fun. It was a
That's
Red Letter
fantastic.
Media joke where
Yeah,
they
Red
were
Letter
reviewing the
Media said
movie and the guy was like, so at the end they're like sitting at the table with the government and they're like, hey, we want a laboratory and we all want to be best friends.
That movie's terrible.
It's so freaking garbage. It's funny too because Michael just mentioned the one guy in the theater that was like, yeah, it was all right, and then immediately after that guy walked out, another guy went, I can't believe I just paid for that. So people were pretty quick to hate that movie.
I was thinking like I should just take a poll right now as the movie's ending of how many people liked it.
Yeah.
I should just ask everybody to raise their hand if they liked it.
Okay, so anyway, how about movies that are out right now that have come out fairly recently that you think will be remembered for a long time, kind of like becoming classics?
Let's get the obvious out of the way. Mad Max.
Mad Max, for sure.
How
I
recent?
think Prisoners will be recognized later
I think
on as a
Whiplash
cult
will be
classic.
one.
Great movie. Whiplash.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
there aren't that many. There aren't that many movies.
I think
about
John
Cap 2.
Wick.
John Wick.
John Wick, Cap 2.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that'll be fondly remembered.
Maybe Nightcrawler, right? I think
Yeah.
Nightcrawler a little bit. What are some movies that you wouldn't expect to become?
Ex
Or-
Machina.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ex Machina, that's a good pick.
That's a good AI movie. I think that's why that would last.
You guys like that movie way more than
I love
did.
that movie.
I think Ex Machina is awesome. I like how Ava's like, I'm turning off the power so we can be in love.
Oscar Isaac's awesome, though.
Yeah, I keep saying Oscar Isaac has the best delivery on his last line in that movie. And spoiler alerts, at the end of Ex Machina, this is a big spoiler alert.
Skip
Ava-
forward 5 seconds if for a minute.
Ava stabs Oscar Isaac, and he's walking away, holding his chest, bleeding like crazy, and he just goes, "Fucking unreal!" Like,
Yeah.
it's such a good line. I love it. But
When he gets stabbed, it's so unsettling because of how smooth the knife goes in.
yeah, it's really
Because
That's
it's a
how it-
robot.
I attribute it to CGI. But what
I think
other?
that knife was really
what other
well done.
movies do you think will
think
become-
that whole thing was CGI, Anthony?
Yeah, I think the knife going in his chest was CGI.
No, because the Asian girl, the Asian
You
robot
guys have gone
did it
way
first.
past 5 seconds.
Yeah, Mike, this isn't 5
You
seconds.
should probably stop.
I said a minute.
No,
I said
stop
5
it.
seconds and
Mike,
then a
shut
minute.
up.
Don't say anything
The
else.
Asian
No more
robot-
spoilers. No more
No,
spoilers.
no,
No more. No more.
I'm
No more
not
spoilers.
going to say any spoilers, but when the Asian robot does it, it's not CGI because she's not a robot. She's still
Also, Michael, that's
She's wearing
racist.
skin.
Her name is Lucy Liu.
she's wearing that she's not CGI like Ava is in that scene.
Well, not all of it is CGI. It doesn't matter. What other movies do you think will become classics? You know what? I think maybe It Follows
Oh yeah, shoot.
for
The
a horror
Guest.
movie. Oh
The
yeah,
Guest, no, The Guest won't be. I think it's too small. I don't think enough people
Really?
know it.
I like that movie more than It Follows.
You like that movie too much.
I
don't
don't
like how we like Ex Machina too much. You like The Guest too.
I just
I
watched The
don't
Guest
think
for the
I
first
think
time.
Ex Machina is a better movie than The Guest. I just think The Guest is like
I don't think
it's a
it'll
good
become
example
like a cult
of a
classic
low.
or anything.
It's a good example of a low budget like action movie
Yeah,
almost
it's
kind of.
Yeah,
awesome
it won't be.
for what
It won't be a
It's so
classic
much
because
fun.
not enough people know about it.
I told Michael, if you ever want to have a
Watch The
big
Guest on
finale
Netflix.
for a low budget movie, just film it in like this haunted house, just like a glittery haunted house, because it gives you like cool scenery with very cheap cost. So
Yeah. Also, the whole mist covering over everything. That's
yeah,
pretty
on
cool.
the floor.
Yeah.
That's a great ending too. Spoiler alerts for people who haven't seen The Guest.
It doesn't.
He doesn't
No,
die.
just leave it to the mist covering. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot. That is a great ending. Huh?
Yeah, and then she's like, "What the fuck?" And then the movie ends.
Yeah. That's a great ending.
That's a-
think
I
your
love
next
that
ending
ending.
is better.
Also, I love that scene.
I don't.
I love that scene
Ah.
where he orders the fireball drink in the bar.
He throws it in the guy's
Yeah.
freaking eyes.
Like the kid throws the drink in his face, and he's like, "How do you like it?" He's like, "You like how that one tastes or whatever?" And he's like, "I don't know. How do you like this one?" And he throws it in its eyes, and the drink he has is cinnamon schnapps and Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
So it fucking
So it
burns
would
his face.
burn.
It's
a
basically
lot.
just hot sauce.
Yeah, it's really a really cool movie. It's an awesome low
Also,
budget
he's
movie.
super likable all the time, even when he's killing.
Even when he's
even
killing
a
all the
bad guy.
people he likes.
He doesn't want to kill him.
He just
either.
wants to help. He wanted to help them the entire time. That's.
But he was compromised, so it's like almost programmed
Yeah,
to kill him.
that's a really
I'm telling you
Pretty
guys,
fun
that
movie.
movie is awesome to think of like a Marvel movie. Just think he's
just
like
in the Marvel
failed
universe.
Captain. Yeah, like he's a failed Captain America like experiment thing.
You've convinced me. It's in Phase 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's before Iron Man takes place.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried to.
They keep
make...
trying to replicate the serum, just like Abomination.
Exactly. See, boom. It's a confirmed. The Guest is a Marvel movie.
Yep.
I think that.
100%. It takes place in 2007.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Mike, shut
no
up.
one-
It takes place in 2007. It's a Marvel movie.
No one's really using like. Well, never mind. I was just thinking that you can say that it takes place in then because like there's no new technology in that movie, but I realized that's just because I was thinking of his phone and he's just using a burner.
Dude, watch Iron Man. He uses like
but
a
she
flip
has
phone.
like an iPhone or something. So
Guys, The Guest is a Marvel movie.
It is. 100% confirmed. Anyway, let's move on, because I'm really excited about this topic. It's pitch your dream sci-fi movie. And by sci-fi, we do not mean science fiction. We mean on the channel sci-fi. Such as Sharknado, or Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark, or whatever.
or three-headed shark attack.
Sharktopus.
A lot of sharks.
Stoops, do you have one? Or do you think did you come
Most
up with
of them are parodies of themselves.
Cretaceous Land.
I'm excited.
Stoops, I think that movie actually exists.
Does it really?
I think it does.
I'm looking. I'm googling.
They stole it from me.
I want a movie called Vampire Puppy Attack. And I want...
You missed the point of a sci-fi movie.
There's no thing. There's no.
I want...
Cretaceous Land on Google.
Dude, see Cretaceous Land. It's mine. Here's the twist. It is on the mainland. But it's full of like all the dinosaurs that people think are crappy. Because like the bigger ones are too like dangerous or something. And all the crappy ones get out and start killing people. And it's like, oh my gosh, these things actually are good at this. Let's like fight them with guns and stuff. That's my movie.
I said I would like to make a movie on sci-fi called Vampire Puppy Attack. and it would be a gigantic puppy, but he's a puppy, but he's like 50 feet tall, and he's a vampire. And I would want him to attack the city and then realize that when a giant lobster is attacking the city, that he starts to feel a little sympathetic, and he gets that feeling inside of him like, hey, if anybody's going to destroy the city, it's going to be me. So a vampire puppy that's 50 feet tall fights a gigantic lobster, and the puppy could fly, and he has all the powers of a vampire, including turning into a puppy bat. So that's my movie.
Jeez, you guys put so much thought.
I just made that
I just
up.
came up with mine.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I don't have one. All right, here's one. Shark versus lizard shark. Croc-a-shark.
Croc-a-shark.
Lake
Take my
Placid
money.
shark movie. There you go. All right.
Shark Placid.
Ocean Placid.
Uh,
Sharks live in the ocean, and alligators live in the lake. We have an alligator. We have an alligator that comes around our house every once in a while.
Named Chewbacca.
In our backyard, we have a lake behind our house, and there's an alligator that we see every once in a while.
I named him Chewy.
His name is Wally.
His name's not Michael. That is such a stupid name.
His name is Wally.
There was already a Wally alligator.
Our mom,
that
when she was a kid,
family.
she used to live on a lake or on a canal. So did we. We used to live in the same house. And she used to have a alligator that would come by every day for dinner, and she would feed him hot dogs. And she named him Wally.
So there's already been a
My
Wally.
uncle threw a
He's
hot dog at
probably
his
dead.
head, and he never came back.
Wally's dead. I'm just assuming. I want to name this one Chewy because 1, Star Wars. How could you not love it? 2, we already have a cat named Yoda, so Chewy and Yoda, like that's a Star Wars thing. And then also it's an alligator. It's got a lot of sharp teeth and it chews a lot of stuff. So there you go. Chewy,
They don't really chew
perfect
much.
name.
They're pretty
Shut
much
up, Michael.
swallow
It's a
mostly
perfect
whole.
goddamn name. And every time you discredit how perfect my name is, I get upset. It's a great name, so shut up. Thank you.
I got
dickhead.
another sci-fi movie.
Go for it.
The Boondock Sharks.
So it's just like movie puns?
Yep.
Okay.
Another.
Me and Earl and the Dying Shark.
That's just lame.
No water for old.
Me,
shark.
Earl, and a dying mutant.
Oh my
squirrel.
god. This, you know what? This is funny because this doesn't work as a sci-fi movie, but it works as like a porn parody.
What?
So I was thinking of the movie It Follows, and then I thought there could be like a porn parody name called It Swallows.
Jesus, Anthony.
That would be the funniest thing ever.
Cut that out of the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
Cut. Did you cut? I'm assuming you cut there.
No, I didn't cut because I'm never gonna edit these.
Michael,
movies.
I'm assuming you cut that. Your best stuff. We're just talking about mutant squirrels and sharks over here. And it all.
Nightmare on Shark Street.
What's with all the sharks? Why does sci-fi
Yeah,
love
Mike,
sharks?
Anthony.
Think of something else.
No, because that's
Pick a
every
different
sci-fi
animal.
Movie. Every sci-fi movie is sharks.
Yeah, and guess what? Michael's got class.
Dawn of the Shark.
What is that of?
Dawn of the Dead. Zombie shark versus
Regular shark.
zombie beaver. Because there's already a zombie beaver movie. It's on
It's like
Netflix.
crossover. What crappy sci-fi movie do you think will accompany King Kong versus Godzilla?
What do you mean?
Like Sharknado versus Lake Placid?
Oh, it'll be giant lizard versus super gorilla. That'll be the generic King Kong versus Godzilla.
Wait, what's the parody of Lake Placid?
Nothing.
So why'd you say Lake Placid? Lake Placid was not a sci-fi movie. It was a real movie. And it's amazing.
Dude, it is a sci-fi movie.
It wasn't, though. No, it was original.
Just because it's original doesn't mean it's not a sci-fi movie.
Nope, it's part of my childhood.
Isn't Betty White in it?
Yeah, she
And she
feeds
feeds
the
the alligator, and that's why it's so big.
And then they take her
Totally
cow
does.
away from her. Those assholes. Give her her cow.
Give her cow back, shitty bastards. Also, Frank is in it. The guy from 28 Days Later.
Also, Domhnall Gleeson's dad is in it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Frank, asshole,
Gleeson.
you stupid
Brendan
idiot.
Gleeson.
I'm sorry.
You're
28 Days Later, guys.
I'm cranky today, guys. I'm
Watch
sorry.
it tonight.
28 Days Later. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie. Danny Boyle. Great director.
I watched a few good movies
Danny Boyle makes
recently.
good.
What movies do you watch
Such-
that were good?
Shawshank Redemption for the first time. That was freaking awesome.
So you crawled through that river
Uh,
of shit with Andy Dufresne?
Yeah. We're homes.
Your home?
I watched
Green Mile?
Sunshine.
I don't want to talk about that movie. Anyway, I watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
12 Angry Men.
For
12
everybody
Angry Men.
who's listening, Stoops does this great thing where he watches movies that he doesn't realize that they're going to be as sad as they are. And then he'll text me, he'll be like, "Oh my god, I keep watching sad movies and I'm so sad."
No, I was like...
He's like, "I did it again."
I hated myself because I watched
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, right?
right after Green Mile.
He's like, "I fucking did it again. I
there-
watched a sad movie and I'm so sad."
Like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is like pretty good for like most of it, but then they lobotomized him, and then Chief like there can't be like a spoiler warning for a movie that's that old, right?
Who cares?
I haven't seen it yet.
Chief strangles him.
Oh no!
Well, he doesn't strangle him. He doesn't. He suffocates him. He puts a pillow over his head until he stops
good.
freaking breathing.
Much better.
And then, no, not really. I just cry. And then I watched Godzilla die.
Yeah. Me and Stoops, we watched, which one was it? It was, the last...
Godzilla vs. Destroyer.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And at the end, boy, is it kind of sad. It's really beautiful looking, too. Like, the way they filmed it, they made it look so...
give it more screen time.
Like, so oddly beautiful. And then, on top of just the idea of Godzilla just dying, it's so sad. But then, luckily, there is a happy ending. So...
There's kind of a happy end. There's a happy ending to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Green Mile, kinda.
Does he become Jack from The Shining and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, Chief escapes.
Yeah.
That's how it ends. And what's his face? Green Mile ends with
Tom Hanks is old and he's telling his story.
yeah, Tom Hanks is old. And
That's the
end.
ending.
Yeah.
Then they
and
burn the
everybody
guy
dies.
without a sponge.
Ah! That is such a freaking. That's the most brutal scene I've ever seen. I'm not even kidding.
Well, speaking of that, why don't we go into the last topic of worst movie deaths? Now,
What's the last one?
what? Oh yeah, there's more. No, we're cutting it short because this podcast is going on too long. But
Dreamcasting was going to be the next one.
Yeah, it's fine.
we'll do that in the next podcast.
Nope,
Stay
we're
tuned
doing
for
it now.
episode whatever the
Ugh.
next one is after this. So
13.
by worst movie deaths, we mean movie deaths in movies that are just shitty, not like horribly disturbing. Just like that's a shitty
Like
death.
the worst one.
Yeah, and the one we were talking about just now with Green Mile is just so hard to watch because it's really well done. Because it makes you
good
afraid.
Movie death. It's not a bad one.
And it's just horribly sad, and it really shows you the cruelty of man. So it's pretty horrible. Anyway.
And you just, ugh.
Yeah, and boy, is it visually disturbing. But worst movie deaths. I know Stoops is passionate about a movie death that he wants to talk about.
Is it Bane?
Yes,
it's Bane. The Bane death is so bad.
Finally.
I hate it.
I would say that the Bane death is bad, but I think the Talia al Ghul death is even worse because it just seems so
No, it's not bad because the death is like bad. It's bad. Well, that too, but it's bad just because it's like that's the main villain. And it's like that's the goodbye you're giving me. That's the goodbye you're giving me. That's what you're giving me.
The Joker's goodbye is amazing.
Exactly.
The way he's hanging upside down and he's just telling Batman.
He's just laughing.
Fucking lost. Like,
Eek.
that's a great ending to a character. Bane is like Catwoman shoots him and he dies.
I've got a good movie death.
And then Talia al Ghul off screen gets into a car accident. And then no, who cares? It's fine. It's on screen.
It's on screen.
I don't remember that shit. Anyway.
Because it goes down. You don't see her hit the thing. You don't see her hit the ground, but you see the truck go over.
Yeah. Well, they go over to her, and she's like, now the evil plan will do something. That's like her death. It's the worst.
I honestly didn't even remember that.
Yeah, when you're in a huge epic superhero franchise, and you kill your villains in car accidents,
the deaths
you're doing something
have
wrong.
to matter.
Right?
Batman has to defeat them. Not a car crash.
But anyway.
That Talia al Ghul thing should have never been a freaking movie.
Alright, here's my movie death. The fax machine in Office Space.
As a worst movie death?
I don't know, it's awesome.
I came up with a pretty good one. I think Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think his death is so stupid. For two reasons. One, that whole scene is bad. Two, he has like some sort of stupid battery meter on the side of his head. And it's like...
It's never explained.
It's never explained. And then at the end, it just zooms in on it, and it shows it charging all the way up, implying that full batteries explode. And then, as it gets to the point where it's full, Electro explodes. And it's like, wait a minute. Electro is made of electricity. He could turn into pure electricity whenever he would like. How are you going to kill him with electricity and blow him up? It makes no goddamn sense. It's so stupid.
Aldrich Killian's death.
Oh, yeah. Aldrich Killian. I was talking to Stoops about this.
I got one.
And I think there's a good Aldrich Killian death in that movie. And that's when Iron Man, or Tony Stark, he, sends the Mark 43 and attaches it to Aldrich Killian. And then he's like, hey, Jarvis, blow up the Mark 43. And then he's like, will do, sir. And he's like, what? And then, the helmet snaps on him, and then it blows up. And it's, this cool, fitting ending, because it's, he defeats his villain, and he defeats his obsession at the same time. And it's, it's a good ending for a movie. And then he wakes up, and he's alive. And then Pepper kicks a bomb at him. And then she blows him up. And it's like, what are you doing?
I've got one. Agent Coulson.
No, that's a good death scene.
That's a great
Except
death.
He's not dead.
Yeah, I know, but that's not not the fault of the
Agents
Avengers.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon.
It's canon.
No,
There's
it's not.
Inhumans or something.
It's gonna be canon once Inhumans is out.
No, it's not, Mike. I guarantee you there's
Agent
gonna be
Coulson's
zero Agents
coma
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
scene.
references in friggin' Inhumans.
Nick
But,
Fury's death scene, and then he comes back.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that.
He had a pretty shitty death scene. He just died out of nowhere.
he got shot a couple times. That's not a. It's annoying that they keep killing characters and bringing them back. But I really, going back to the Agent Coulson thing, I like that death scene because he's like, no, it's fine. This would have never worked if they didn't have something.
You guys remember shitty deaths more than I do. You guys watch shitty movies.
He was gonna say it wouldn't work if they didn't have something to avenge, and that's really good. I love it. And then they avenge him because they're the Avengers, and if they can't save the world, you'll be damn sure they'll avenge it. You piece of shit! Don't rip on Agent Coulson.
Here's a good death scene. All of Dredd is a good death scene. Every death in that movie.
We're talking about the bad ones, Mike.
Boromir from Lord of the Rings. Amazing.
We can't talk about the bad without the good, Anthony. Dredd, when he shoots the hot shot at the guy in the mouth is awesome.
He's like...
And then when Mama gives the people slow-mo and then throws them off the balcony of, like, the 100th floor.
Yeah, I get it. You like Dredd. Mm.
Stoops. It's better than The Dark Knight Rises.
What did you... Not?
It's better than Dark Knight Rises.
No,
also,
it's not.
Another worst death scene, I would say Dr. Doom in that last Fantastic Four movie.
Rises.
It's not which one you'd rather watch, it's which one's better.
I think Dredd's better than Dark Knight Rises.
Thank you.
To the people watching this podcast,
you need to watch Dredd again.
I am never going to be in another one.
He's lying, guys. He's lying. I know what happens when Stoops isn't in my podcast.
All right, Stoops. At least all
I just get endless dislikes.
All the death scenes in Dredd are way better. And all the action.
I said, hot shot.
It's awesome.
I'm here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. But
Dude.
of course.
Dark Knight Rises is fine. It's not bad.
My favorite scene in The Dark Knight Rises is the very first one.
If I take that thing off you, will you die?
That's Littlefinger.
It would be extremely painful.
For you.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's where
I
turn off the movie.
What other horrible deaths were there?
This bomb is active. This bomb is mobile. Time to go mobile.
Your impression is so good.
No, it's not.
It's
You
funny.
You just need a glass. If you just get like a tall glass, you can do it even better.
I'll do it. No, I'm not, but I'm doing it without like covering anything.
Here, you do a Bane impression, and I'll do a Nick Nolte impression.
Okay.
And we're just gonna fight each other with impressions. You start.
End scene. And all in the podcast.
Follow him. What? Follow him. Do you remember that?
It made everything sound like a question.
But you guys remember that scene? That's a great scene. It makes no sense, but it's great.
I think that scene is. Nick Nolte.
What is? I'm trying to think of one of his quotes. Like, "You in the car?" You ain't no brother of mine.
There's no money here. Oh, then why are you here?
Then why are you people here?
That's my impression of Bane.
Time to go mobile. I love that.
Jesus, the last 5 minutes of this podcast are going to be shitty impressions.
Time to go mobile.
Don't make fun of my impression.
I will show you where I have made my home. Once for justice.
Alright, do Christopher Walken.
I will break you.
My impression is spot on.
No, that was terrible.
You suck.
Why would you make spot on too positive?
Because he doesn't know how to speak.
Tom Hiddleston does a good Christopher Walken.
So
He has
does
to hide the
Kevin
watch
Spacey.
where
does
no one
every other
would
person
find his ass.
Do you think Christopher Walken talks like that when he's like at home?
No.
No, I think he's a regular person, and then he just puts on a show everywhere. He's been doing that for like the past 30 years.
He doesn't talk like that in Pulp Fiction.
Or
Does he?
40. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does, Mike. What
Mike,
are
he
you talking
talks
about?
like that for his entire career. What do you not understand?
And he was a retard.
What? Don't you understand?
That was pretty good, but you need
Yeah.
some scratch here.
This is better than Anthony.
What's a better? What's a good
Spots.
person to do impressions?
Yeah.
The passes. They need to be spot on.
What are you, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Austin.
You
That's a good
Good
movie.
job.
Is the Terminator.
want to hear my Chewbacca impression?
No.
All right.
Mine's terrible
MC,
because I gave
podcast was over 10 This was over 10 minutes ago. What are we doing? All right, we're doing Dreamcasting now. Dreamcast the villain for
Wait.
the next for Furious 8. Who's gonna play the bad guy?
Fucking.
Benicio del Toro
I was gonna say Jason Statham again.
or he's dead.
I don't remember if he lived or not. I don't remember. Furious 7.
They blew up a.
I don't care.
parking
Who's a
garage.
generic action?
Jake
hero?
Gyllenhaal.
No, don't lower
Wait,
him to
what
that.
did Stoops? Did you say Jake Gyllenhaal?
I said Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes, sir. Him and Benicio del Toro. Team up.
Give me another movie thing to cast.
Jake Gyllenhaal only if he plays a crazy man.
Okay, give me another movie thing to cast.
Moon Knight.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jesus.
Anthony, he's
Next.
amazing in everything he does.
Next.
Donnie Darko too.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
What about Spider Woman?
Dead air.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Next.
Mary Jane Watson.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That'd be the
Spider
best.
Woman would be Juno.
Juno.
Ellen Page.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was just going to say that I think
Or just regular Ellen.
it would be
Ellen
cool
DeGeneres.
if they did a gay Spider-Man in a movie, but I just remembered that Sony said to Marvel that they're not allowed to have any sort of Peter Parker that isn't white,
And
he has to be straight,
High school.
and like the Venom suit has to be the black. It's
Miles
such,
Morales is awesome.
I know. It's such a funny list when you read it, where Sony has their rules of everything that they're not
Why do you
allowed
want
to do.
Spider-Man to be gay, Anthony?
Because it would just be different, and
It would just be awkward.
because I don't want a freaking another Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane, to be honest. Because
You'd rather have him be in love with Flash Thompson?
yeah, I'd rather have him have a crush on Flash Thompson, even though he won't stop bullying him. Like that would be pretty
Michael,
good.
it's so awesome. You're awesome.
Thanks, Chuck.
And Flash Thompson is only mean to him because he has a crush on him.
Yeah, he has a crush on him back. They're just
They're in love
they're
with
doing
each
that
other and they
foreplay thing
don't
where they're
know
being
it.
mean to each other.
I hate that idea.
Come on, that's a good idea.
That's my sci-fi movie pitch right there.
So- Mike, do you
Can
think
you
being
imagine-
gay is science fiction?
You. If you had to pick a Marvel character to turn gay, I think Rhodey's gay.
That's
No,
a good
not
one.
really.
Boom, you looking for this?
If anyone else,
I say just make Captain America gay.
no, don't you? How dare you?
Do it, because he's not getting any ass when he's straight, so he might as well be gay.
Dude, he's gonna bang the nurse.
Dude, he's
that wasn't a nurse the whole time.
he's freaking like 97 or 98
Agent
years old.
47. He's 30.
Agent 13.
Jesus
No, that's
Christ.
Peggy
Did
Carter.
you just say Agent 47?
That's
You mean
Peggy
like
Carter, right?
the movie that just came out?
Oh,
You stupid dum
that's
dum.
Hitman.
Yeah,
What's-
that's it, man.
What's Peggy
Not
Carter's
Sharon
agent?
Carter.
Does Peggy
Carter.
Carter have any?
Yeah,
agent
she's
number?
Agent 1.
That's stupid.
Nick Fury had a wife, so I
Are you
guess
telling me there's only been 12 agent or 11 agents between Peggy Carter and her daughter?
Yeah, there's only been 11.
2 through 12?
Yeah, they only do like a few every generation.
And he was a retard. What agent is Nick Fury? What number is Agent Romanoff, bitch?
She's Agent 0. She's off the
That's
grid.
bullshit. What about Hawkeye?
Agent Tabby.
Agent Arrow.
Agent
I want
Arrow.
to see Hawkeye go back to his glory days of defusing bombs.
Shut up.
Hurt Locker reference. He was in the Hurt Locker. So,
I want to see Hawkeye go back to the glory days of selling marijuana to kids.
and Louis.
Louis reference.
That was his best.
I want to go back to the Hawkeye days.
All right, this
being
is
introduced into franchises
podcast over.
in case the main
cut.
actor leaves,
Cut.
such as the Bourne franchise or
Anthony,
the
I
Mission
said cut.
Impossible franchise. Even though I think Jeremy Renner is an amazing actor.
Cut. Podcast over. See you next time.
Mike, I like how you're ending it.
Cut.
Okay, Mike, I'm gonna end it. Jesus.
I'm gonna start rapping.
No, please.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Okay, stop. Please stop.
I'm
You don't
just
even
like
know the
Dr.
words.
Dre.
Stupid. You know those words and nothing else.
Yeah,
you
dog.
think
That's
you
all I
rap.
know.
Yeah, so you guys aren't
It was
rappers.
hilarious in the movie. Cruising down the
Anyway.
street in my 6'4".
Thank you guys for listening. I know this podcast was a little weird, but it's
It was
okay because there's going to be more in the future, and they're normally, I think, a lot funnier. But
I like this one.
yeah, this was fun.
Don't complain.
There's a lot of new subscribers. I noticed thanks to Stoof because he's the greatest person ever. So
After me, of course.
no, you're like at least in the top 100, but you're in between.
Do you want to
90
go
and
to
80.
war?
So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please stick around. I will be coming up with some new videos pretty soon. I'm gonna try to do podcasts as much as possible. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also subscribe to the Stupendous Wave. If by some chance you aren't subscribed to him already, if you're on my channel, that would be rare. But
And subscribe to the Savage Dragon.
subscribe to my brother.
Watch my one
I guess.
video that came out a month ago.
Yeah, go for it. It can't hurt, right?
There will be a Jurassic World video soon.
There you go.
It won't. You might not like it because I don't like the movie.
You just gave your brother
Oh yeah, and
5 distance.
if you're listening to this around the time it's uploaded, then also stay tuned for the audio commentary on Jurassic World that me and the Stupendous Wave recently did. It was a ton of fun.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
If you're listening to this on Halloween, boo.
If you're listening to this on Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Cut. Over.
All right, guys.
Roger,
See you guys in the
When I
next
was
one.
in high
Oh, wait.
school, we drove around on Halloween night yelling Merry Christmas to people on the street.
And he was.
It was
hard.
surprisingly like one of the best Halloweens I've ever had.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid.
It was the best. Don't insult me.
I went to my cousin's rich neighborhood and got full-size candy bars.
Oh yeah, because I'm not a child.
We
I
also-
only just say Merry Christmas to people on Halloween. I'm not
I
a
was in
child.
like 8th grade.
Congratulations, child.
You
You
child.
you wish you got king-size candy bars on Halloween. Have fun with your fun size.
You're
Cut.
ugly.
Oh.
Cut.
I got him. If you want to go down, I'll give it ya.
Cut.
Say something else to me.
Say something, I'm giving
Bring up on you.
I can play that song on piano. I'm pretty good at it.
No, cut.
You'll get copyright.
Oh yeah.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going. You guys gotta do a fight. I'm not gonna.
I'll fight.
Stop recording
Okay,
yet.
are you?
Cut.
I'm afraid to cut to his core, though, mate.
I'm gonna start curse. I'll start screaming.
Don't-
I'm gonna blow
Humpty
my. I'm blowing
Dumpty
my
was
rape
a
whistle.
bear. Humpty Dumpty.
Michael, you don't have to blow your rape whistle. No one's raping you.
That rape whistle thing's the best. Keep going.
It's hard to whistle when you're laughing.
Anthony can't do a push-up.
Don't make fun of my push-ups.
What push-up? It doesn't exist.
Oh.
Yoda, you're trying to give me kisses. Yoda's my cat. Everybody that's still listening for some reason. Cut.
Anthony, turn it off.
Okay, everybody be quiet and I'll turn it off.
Yoda.
Why does that affect whether you turn it off?
I don't know. I like it to be quiet.
Anthony, turn it off right here. Cut.
There's no way he turns it off. I'm just removing him from the call. That'll just automatically end it. Bye-bye, Anthony.
No, Steve.